au stade Crédit Agricole La Licorne. C'est la 14e journée de Ligue 1 conforme à l'Amiens SC reçoit l'Olympique de Marseille. L'Amiens SC souhaite la bienvenue aux partenaires.
Hello, good evening and a very warm welcome to the Stade de la Licorne in Amiens for this, the final game of week 14 in the French season. Amiens against Olympique de Marseille. 4 degrees, a brisk, chilly evening here in Amiens, in the Picardy region of France, and a big game coming up for both of these two clubs for different reasons. As you would imagine, Amiens, the modest club, experiencing just their second ever season in the top tier. They have their focus set on survival. Marseille, 9 times champions of France. They need to push on and get back in amongst the European positions because they're down in 7th now. But a victory for Marseille tonight would take Rudy Garcia's men up into the top 5. 9 matches have already taken place this weekend. Slender victories for Lyon, Paris Saint-Germain and for Monaco. Thierry Henry getting his first victory as coach at the 16th attempt. Or rather, it was the 16th game without a win for Monaco, not the 16th attempt for Thierry Henry, but great for him that he's finally got that victory. And Monaco, although they are still in the bottom 2, are now close to Dijon, close to Caen and close to Amiens. Amiens on 13 points, sitting rather precariously at the moment above the bottom 3. Regis Gurtner is likely to have a busy afternoon. The Amiens goalkeeper, one of the crowd favourites at the Stade de la Licorne. Former Strasbourg player who has just managed to raise his game every time he's moved up a division, and last season he was outstanding. Regis Gurtner in Amiens' first ever top flight campaign, helping the club to finish in 13th place. And they would sign for that right away if they could repeat that performance this season. Thomas Monconduit will be operating in the midfield alongside Alexis Blin, who scored the winning goal before the international break against his former team Toulouse. A much-needed victory for Amiens. An interesting starting 11 that Christophe Pellissier has opted for today. No Paolo Ganso. I think a lot of purists out there will be disappointed not to get the opportunity to watch Ganso, the Brazilian international, the one-time wonder kid who has just struggled really to live up to huge expectations. 2 wins, 3 defeats in their last 5. At least they're not drawing matches, Amiens, and that is why they are staying just above the relegation zone at the moment. No Paulo Ganso, but a couple of Colombians starting today for Amiens. Juan Otero will operate on the right-hand side of the attack, and Steven Mendoza, he's come in for Ganso, and he will operate just behind the Iranian striker Saman Ghoddos. It's looking as though Amiens will line up in this 4-3-3 formation. Eddie Naore, one of the standout performers for Amiens this season, playing in midfield alongside Monconduit and Alexis Blin. And we have those 2 Colombians, Mendoza and Otero, who will be looking to cause problems to a Marseille defence that has had its share of problems this season. 21 goals conceded by Olympique de Marseille, the same number that Amiens have conceded, and that is why Marseille are way behind Paris Saint-Germain in the standings, and also currently off the pace as far as the other contenders, Lyon, Montpellier and Lille, are concerned. Florian Thauvin back from international duty, appeared for the French national team a World Cup winner, unlike Dimitri Payet, who just missed out after picking up an injury in the Europa League final. But Payet's having a decent season so far for OM. It's been patchy though for Rudy Garcia's team, and the big problem, you mentioned the defence is conceding too many goals, but I think most Marseille fans would suggest the biggest problem is in attack, where they just can't find that 20-goal striker. And again today, neither Valagema nor Kostas Mitroglou have been selected by Rudy Garcia, which only highlights the lack of confidence that Garcia has in his two attackers, his two supposedly frontline attackers at the moment. Clinton Ng, you saw in the picture there, he starts in attack along with Florian Thauvin. Dimitri Payet likely to be playing just off the front two. The good news for OM, the return today of Rolando, who's been badly missed this season, the Portuguese centre-back, making his comeback today for Olympique de Marseille and playing in a three-man backline along with Adil Rami and Hiroki Sakai. Rolando making his first appearance since the 19th of May, when he turned out for Marseille against Amiens in what was a 2-1 victory for OM at the Velodrome. So Lucas Ocampos, who is very much the versatile man who fills in the gaps at Marseille. He's appearing in the left wing-back position, Bounassar right wing-back. Marseille dealt a blow just before kick-off with Kevin Strootman having to pull out when he felt pain in his back during the warm-up. Strootman's position has gone to Morgan Sanson in the midfield. Sanson playing alongside Maxime Lopez. Payet in the hole behind Ng and Thauvin. The Marseille travelling supporters will be making plenty of noise this evening. And they will bring plenty of colour to this stadium. Just under 12,000 the capacity at the Stade de la Licorne. It's a small ground, to say the least, but a ground not necessarily built for top-flight football. It's a credit to Christophe Pélissier and the Amiens players that they are playing in the top tier these days. Pélissier took charge of Amiens in 2014. He's seen them secure their rise to the top tier. Kick-off here in Amiens is about 5 minutes away. The players getting ready in the tunnel. It's been another eventful weekend in Ligue 1 because even though the title race is a bit of a non-event this season, it is looking as though Paris Saint-Germain are going to be far too strong for the rest. Plenty of battles going on throughout the rest of the table, and Lyon fans in particular will be happy this weekend after their victory in the derby against Saint-Etienne. That result giving Marseille the chance to leapfrog Saint-Etienne as well. They can move into the top 5 today, Marseille. Frankly, they need a victory, having got back to winning ways against Dijon just before the international break. That win against Dijon was absolutely vital, given the difficulties OM had just before then. 2 defeats against Lazio, defeats by PSG, 3-0 they lost away to Montpellier. Well, the sparks are flying here at the Stade de la Licorne as Amiens play host to Olympique de Marseille, arguably the biggest team in French football history. Paris Saint-Germain fans might argue with that, Saint-Etienne fans might argue with that, but no other club has won the Champions League, no other French club. Olympique de Marseille did it in 1993. They've won 9 league titles. Tonight is very much David against Goliath, with Amiens appearing in just their second top flight campaign against the seasoned pros of Marseille. The atmosphere at the Stade de la Licorne is vibrant. The home fans will be hoping to see a giant killing. Marseille have already slumped to defeat away to Nîmes this season, shipping 3 goals against their southern neighbours. I'll tell you what, Amiens will give Marseille a run for their money today. I'm absolutely sure of that. They're a team that give everything. They fight from the first minute until the last, and this is a group of players that will be trying to spring an upset today. No Khaled Adhanon, he's suspended. Moussa Konate, last season's top scorer, is out injured, so it's Saman Ghoddos, the Swedish-born Iranian attacker, who continues to lead the line, and he'll be supported by 2 Colombian forwards, Juan Otero on the right-hand side, Steven Mendoza on the left. Christophe Pellissier, the man working miracles really at Amiens and establishing a superb reputation for himself as well. A man from the south, but making his name in the north. These are the video referees who'll be called upon if necessary by Monsieur Miguel Gori, the man in the middle. Stéphane Donda then starting yet again in goal for Marseille. Such an established, distinguished figure, the French international goalkeeper, but he'll be keeping goal behind a 3-man defence this evening. Adil Rami, Hiroki Sakai and Rolando, who appears for the first time this campaign after recovering from injury. It's an interesting formation and an interesting team selection from Rudy Garcia. No Kevin Strootman, he pulled out in the warm-up with a back problem. No Germain, no Mitroglou in attack. So it's Clinton Ng starting alongside Florian Thauvin. Amiens get us underway at the Stade de la Licorne in what, on paper at least, looks like a David versus Goliath contest. The Minnows from Picardy playing host to the Giants from the Mediterranean coast, Olympique de Marseille. But football isn't played on paper, and Marseille have been vulnerable this season. Amiens will feel they've got a chance tonight. Dimitri Payet for Marseille, linking up with Thauvin. They'll have a bit more pace in attack tonight, Marseille, with Clinton Ng. Both Germain and Mitroglou falling out of favour with the manager as Brigitte Gurtner comes out to collect that one. Thauvin still finding his feet at international level. Didn't have the best of midweek international appearances. Rolando out. Foot in from Maxime Lopez, and Thauvin can pick up possession. Not for long though. Monconduit. Adil Rami intercepts. Well, Rolando was one of the standout performers for Marseille last season. Very good season for for the Portuguese and for Marseille, who reached the Europa League final and very nearly finished in the top three, just missed out on the final weekend of the season. Their target this time around will be to finish in the top three. The Europa League dream is already over. Back-to-back defeats against Lazio sealed their fate as Amiens again show their hunger in the midfield. Niare coming back to Dibasi. Dibasi forward, testing one for Rolando, shows composure. Marseille had a dreadful run of 4 straight defeats, including those 2 losses against Lazio. Defeat by PSG and a 3-0 loss away to Montpellier. And well, it wasn't quite crisis time, but almost. They managed to steady the ship before the international break by defeating Dijon. Now they need to follow that up as we see Germain and Mitroglou, if I recognise those eyes. Two underachieving attackers, I think it's fair to call them that. Marseille fans continuing to call for a big name signing or a quality signing in any case in attack in January. Marseille insisting it's not necessary. Sarr's pass is picked off. Monconduit. Amiens looking to launch their first serious attack now. Niare finds Dibasi. Jordan Lefort. Bakai Dibasi is Amiens could build from the back, not really under any sort of pressure from Marseille. Emil Kraft was starting a World Cup quarter-final for Sweden earlier this summer, opted to join Amiens from Bologna. It's a coup for Christophe Pelessier's team, and they've pulled off a few impressive signings. Ganso, the Brazilian international, surprised a lot of people by joining Amiens. He's not set the world alight though in France, and he's on the bench tonight. Saman Godos has been impressive, and he's playing as Amiens centre forward. Strong challenge from Adil Rami, who's hurt Lefort. Not really controlling his challenge there, coming steaming in. Monconduit finds Kraft. Prince Guano into the midfield for Niare. 5 minutes gone, and a slow pace to the contest so far. No suggestion that Marseille are going to try to really put some early pressure on Amiens. Here's Godos. Niare. Good tackle from Macampos, and now Sanson. And now a counter-attack chance with NG. Fintan NG losing control. Bit of hesitation at the back. Regis Gertner, though, coming out quickly to deny Marseille attacker. Sanson takes a tumble, gets the free kick. Adil Rami. Unlike Thauvin, Adil Rami impressed with France in the international break. Excellent against Uruguay. There's the Marseille hierarchy. Jacques-Henri Hérault, the club president, on the back row. Basile Boli was just in front of him, the man who headed Marseille's winning goal in the 1993 Champions League final against Milan. Clear foul by Rami on Godos. Saman Godos, then the first Iranian to score a goal in Ligue 1 this season. Has 3 to his name so far. Now now. Possibilities here. Oh, the cross is a dangerous one. It's a terrible mistake from Mandanda. And Amiens gifted an opening goal here. Bakay Dibassi, the man who's turned it home, but that was a really bad mistake from Mandanda. Well, it wasn't a big threat. It was a decent low cross in, but Mandanda has got to be doing much, much more here. Seemed to be slow to get down to this cross. Dibassi had the relatively straightforward task of placing the ball in the back of the net. Otero's cross not dealt with, though. And a hammer blow already for Marseille. Marseille have now conceded more goals this season than Amiens have, 22. And we have a problem with a pitch invader. Well, it had been a pretty tame start from OM, I have to say. They're going to have to pick themselves up here. They're going to have to play with more urgency and more aggression, you feel. Bakay Dibassi with his first goal for Amiens this season. I'm sure that's one that will live long in the memory for the Paris-born defender Dibassi, scoring against OM. Now, can Marseille produce some kind of reaction? They're a team with fragile confidence at the moment, 4 defeats and 1 win in their last 5 in all competitions. Steve Mandanda is not having his most reassuring season so far by any means. Missed the opening weeks of the campaign with an injury. Since he's come in, though, he's shipped quite a lot of goals. 3 of them at Lille, 3 of them at Nîmes. A couple against Strasbourg, 3 in Montpellier as well. Lopez. Adil Rami. Rolando to Sanson. Lopez. is Thauvin. Thauvin going for goal, but not getting hold of that as he would have liked. Does have a wonderful scoring record, Florian Thauvin, but can be frustrating for his teammates as well, because he does quite often go it alone. 7 goals in the league this season for Thauvin, 22 last term. Kraft with the throw. Jordan Lefort, the player of the month for Amiens in October, got his award before the game. He's going to have an important job, Lefort, up against Thauvin today, but at the moment it's Amiens on the attack. Oh, a real chance at the far post, vital challenge from Ocampos. Juan Otero was arriving. It looked for a moment as though it was going to be 2-0 to Amiens, but luckily for Marseille, Campos was alert to the danger. Rolando goes into the book. Marseille's defence being opened up so easily there. Rolando booked for the challenge off the ball here on Mendoza. And I think that was a fair decision from the referee. So far, so good for Christophe Pellissier and his Amiens players. They've got a corner. Godos with the delivery, and again, it's an Amiens player who gets his head to the ball, couldn't get power behind the header. Sanson up against Nare, and Nare doing enough. Rudy Garcia has recently extended his Marseille contract. Here's Engie. Lucas Ocampos. Payet. Marseille could do with Payet and Thauvin getting on the ball a bit more often here. Thauvin's got it now. The flick from Ocampos, it's a good idea. This is Sanson's been forced wide. Decent cutback, but a very good challenge. It was Dibassi who won the ball. Marseille starting to play with some urgency. Bouna Sarr's cross is poor. Sakai. Past Mondonda. Rolando. Well, they've been dealt a double blow, Marseille, with Luis Gustavo being out suspended and then Kevin Strootman picking up a back injury in the warm-up. Leaves them a bit light in the midfield area. Payet. Payet's pass is a good one for Bouna Sarr. Lovely cutback, Thauvin! Well, Marseille with their first presentable opportunity. Florian Thauvin rifling the ball wide. This was clever from Bouna Sarr. It's been deflected wide. Got hold of this shot, Thauvin. Payet's corner. Nicely flighted, and the header Super save from Gurtner. Adil Rami denied. All we know about Dimitri Payet's quality from set pieces, that was a lovely cross. The former Lille and Nantes player going across to take it on the left now. Marseille fans in boisterous and optimistic mood in the corner there, despite the scoreline. Otero. Little flick, but Sakai read it. Campos with the strong challenge. Alexis Blanc fighting for it, winning the free kick. Let's have a look at the corner. It was Florian Thauvin who was behind Rami. Tauvin's header was a good one. That's a super save from Gurtner. Got up really well, Thauvin. Well played by Mendoza. Godos, shoulder to shoulder with Adil Rami. Godos still got the cross in. And Marseille trying to counter-attack. Good challenge from Alexis Blanc, but away come Marseille with Sarr. Thauvin, Bounassar. Oh, terrible cross. Otero. The two Colombian players, Otero and Mendoza, looking lively in the opening 20 minutes here. Well read there by Prince Guano, the Amiens captain. Now Nare. Alexis Blanc finding Eddie Nare. Dibassi to Lefort. Mendoza. Toying with Bounassar. Conduit now finding Otero. This is good play. Emil Kraft with the cross, cut out by Hiroki Sakai, and again that Marseille defence looking stretched. Otero, the former Estudiantes player, finding Godos. Godos dispossessed by Sanson, and now Marseille can counter with Payet. And G. Payet now switching the play. But Thauvin very isolated on the right-hand side. Amiens so quick to get numbers back behind the ball. Lefort to Monconduit. Good challenge from Sanson. This is Bounassar. Bounassar doing better that time, getting to the byline. The cross was cut out by Dibassi. Amiens have a player down, and the fans were calling for Marseille to put the ball out. Steven Mendoza, the player who is hurt. Well, Sanson got there first, and I think Mendoza's hurt himself with his slightly late challenge. It's a cold night, and I can only assume that's why the Marseille fans are jumping up and down to keep themselves warm, because there's not an awful lot for them to get excited about from the away team. Forward from Alexis Blanc, but nobody making a run. And again, the Amiens fans not happy with Marseille. They feel Marseille should have at least allowed Amiens a chance to get that ball under control, because they had put the ball out so that their player Mendoza could receive treatment. 23 minutes gone here. Amiens, a goal to the good against Marseille. Marseille looking to conjure another opening. They've had one half chance so far. Here's Payet. Payet's cross is a good one. That's a real chance. And it's fired wide by Ocampos. Lovely ball once again by Dimitri Payet. Put it on a plate really for Ocampos, who just had to move back a little bit. Couldn't wrap his boot around the ball. It's come off his shin in the end. Well, they're getting on top, Marseille, after a very sluggish start to the contest. Rami. Marseille's away form in particular letting them down this season. So far it's looking ominous for OM. A very long way to go, but when you consider they are the 16th best team in the league when it comes to away form. 2 wins and 4 defeats in their 6 away games so far. Tova. Bunasa. Lopez. Sanson. Losing control of that one. Picked up by Mendoza. Now Ray finding Otero. Payet. Sanson. Good ball for Thauvin to run onto. He's got NG far post. Thauvin. Thauvin still. And Thauvin still! Another goalkeeping error, but Marseille won't mind. Florian Thauvin, so often the saviour last season. Back on the goal trail here. It's his 8th of the current campaign. And it has come at an important time for Marseille because the visitors were struggling. Not a night for the goalkeepers so far. Regis Gurtner got down to that one, but his hands weren't firm enough. Sanson deserves credit for that nicely flighted ball. We all know what Thauvin likes to do from that sort of position. He cuts inside, gets himself the shooting angle. Gurtner was perhaps slightly unsighted, but should be doing better than that. Amiens 1, Marseille 1. suggestions before the game that Thauvin was going to play as a second forward alongside Clinton NG. He has been playing in his usual right wing position. Here he is, Thauvin. Will he try the same? It's a clever little curling cross towards Clinton NG that's nodded behind by Prince Guano, and suddenly it's Amiens who are looking stretched. That was Thauvin's first Ligue 1 goal since October the 7th. Rami's stayed up there and is causing a problem with his aerial presence. Here's Payet. Payet's going for goal! Oh! That was a lovely shot from Dimitri Payet. Struck it so sweetly, Payet, and the ball very nearly did enough, very nearly came in and crept inside that near post. Well, that far post, rather. Super shot. He's looked sharp tonight, Dimitri Payet. One of the positives, one of the few positives for Marseille so far. The other positive is that they're level, thanks to Thauvin's inspired moment. Mendoza. Good little ball to Monconduit. He's run into too many Marseille players there. Payet for Thauvin. Thauvin's cross towards NG, and it was Lucas Ocampos coming in. Much, much better from Marseille. Payet looking for NG. NG. It's been forced a little bit too wide, decided against shooting. This is Thauvin. Thauvin again going for goal, and this time Gurtner saves. 31 years of age, Regis Gurtner making his 123rd appearance for Amiens tonight. The club he joined from Le Havre in 2015. Wayward from Adil Rami. Marseille have done well to get back into this contest, but they don't want to let the intensity drop again. Gurtner goes long. Sakai taking a bit of a risk, deciding to shield the ball and hope it would go out. Mandanda now finds Bounassar. They're getting themselves in trouble, really, Marseille. Sanson now. Space to run into for the former Montpellier player. Thauvin. Lopez. Thauvin. Morgan Sanson didn't think he was starting tonight. He was supposed to be on the bench, and then Kevin Strootman complained of a back problem during the warm-up. Here's Rolando. Foul on NG by Prince Guano. difficult game so far for the Cameroon attacker, Clinton NG, whose Marseille career has never really taken off. He's got a chance, though, if Germain and Mitroglou are out of favour now in the eyes of Rudy Garcia. Perhaps NG will see a decent run of matches. Against PSG, it was that man, Dimitri Payet, who played in the centre-forward position, albeit as a false nine. Garcia is looking for other options. Payet with the free kick. Clipped in, but not enough elevation. Tova, onside, looking for Bounassar, but it's picked off by Kraft, and now Amiens can come. Mendoza gets beyond Sanson. Did Sanson pull him back? He's now appealing, Mendoza is, to the referee. Florian Thauvin, the man who is causing the most problems for Amiens. Mendoza looking for Godos. Good strength from Rami. Bounassar. Sarr gets another chance. Rather fortunate because it was a poor pass. Too many passes going astray from Marseille at the moment. Payet, the latest guilty party. Kraft. For Blanc. Oh dear. Well, the referee has got in the way of Rami's pass, and that would have been a horrible moment for both the referee and for Marseille had Godos managed to curl that in. Look at this. I mean, Rami has somewhat drilled the ball into the referee. He can take a little bit of the blame, I would say, there. Good pass from Mondonda to Sakai, the Japan international, who won his 49th international cap last week, misses out there. Here's Kraft. Monconduit. Nare. Otero. Bit of possession for Amiens. Guano finds goal scorer for Amiens, Dibasi. Jordan Lefort with the throw-in. Just under 10 minutes left in this first half. Dibasi drawing first blood for Amiens. Marseille drawing level through Thauvin. Both goals really the result of goalkeeping errors. Rolando looking for options. Pings one left to Ocampos. NG. Loose pass from Clinton NG. Marseille have perhaps switched to a flat back four. I'm just having a look at the moment. We've got Sakai at left back, Bounassar at a right back, Ocampos playing in midfield. So it looks like Garcia, yes, has abandoned the five-man defence. Mendoza skipping past Rami, has the ball gone out? Just about, I think it was a good cross from Mendoza. He insists that he got there before the ball crossed the line. Looks as though the ball just went out. Tight call though. Chilly night on the bench. No question that the places are up for grabs in the Marseille team at the moment. When they lost 3-0 at Montpellier, Rudy Garcia came out and said there will be changes. There will be victims of this poor run of form. Campos trying to get past Kraft, no way through. Campos has hurt himself. Well, again, the game has become a little bit stop-start since Marseille's equaliser. Another stoppage here. Campos pretty much running into Kraft, and I think he's got a... no contact in the face there on Campos. The Amiens players feel he's play-acting a bit. A lot of fuss really about not very much, it seems. Gurtner upfield. Sakai beaten in the air by Otero. Rolando's across. Sanson forward. Only as far as Prince Guano. Alexis Blanc had the strange experience, Alexis Blanc, in his last game of scoring against his parent club. He's on loan from Toulouse. He scored the only goal of the contest, which is obviously a vital goal, particularly if Toulouse gets sucked into a relegation dogfight, which they may well do. Mathieu Bodmer, the veteran. Turned 36 this week, Mathieu Bodmer. Was tipped to start tonight, but only on the bench. Formerly of Lille and Paris Saint-Germain, among other clubs. Started life at Caen, Mathieu Bodmer. Rolando's pass, not dealt with by the defenders. Payet, though, dispossessed. Sanson. Good pass from Morgan Sanson. Bounassar's cross, not so good. Didn't wrap his foot around the ball. Here's the goal that Thauvin scored. it's a good shot. It's a firm shot. But again, when the goalkeeper manages to get down on a cross, he should be keeping it out. Four shots on target to 2 in favour of Marseille. They have shaded this first half. Haven't done quite enough though to get their noses in front. Rolando going long. Cut out by Prince Guado. Marseille trying to vary their attacks, and sometimes the long ball is working for them. Sanson. Sanson left-footed. Le Four is there, but NG putting some pressure on Mendoza. Saman Godos has had a slightly frustrating first half for Amiens. Hasn't had too much change out of Ali Rami. Payet. Good ball from Payet. Well, Campos is capable of spectacular goals. We've seen one or two in the past. Certainly went for it in the overhead there. Quite high enough really for Campos. His body shape was pretty good though for an overhead. Well played again by Sanson. This is Payet. Now Monconduit. Saman Godos. A poor pass. Saman Godos caught the eye of a number of European clubs playing with Östersund in Sweden last season when they had a remarkable run in the Europa League, eventually going out against Arsenal. Maxim Lopez. Sakai, Lopez takes over. Not a lot of movement though in the Marseille attack at the moment. Rolando. Rami's got space ahead of him. Well, the first half petering out somewhat. Marseille inviting Amiens to come out and try to win this ball off them. Rami back to Mandanda now. Mandanda takes no chances. Now a bit of space perhaps for Sanson, who's been fouled. He's had a bright first half, Morgan Sanson. No way through for OM. A draw won't suit Marseille. They have ground to make up as far as their ambitions this season are concerned. They're sitting down in 7th position, and at half-time Marseille are being held by Amiens. The home team took the lead on 8 minutes through Dibasi. Florian Thauvin levelled on 26 minutes. The score at the break, Amiens 1, Marseille 1.
Ah pardon, tu as ton 8e but, déjà c'est bon, il fallait égaliser dans un match comme ça. Ils ne connaissent pas ta spéciale rentrée intérieure, les mecs. Hein.
Ah, c'est vrai que c'est un geste que je travaille beaucoup, que j'applique souvent.
I work hard on,
Une fois de plus, ça a
on
marché,
that move,
donc,
coming inside and shooting,
c'est bien, il fallait
and it worked
revenir au
again,
score
and I'm
dans un match
happy.
où vous commencez à bien le maîtriser.
Ouais, c'est vrai qu'on a mal débuté, maintenant on commence à bien le maîtriser, on fait bien tourner
Well, we
le ballon.
started the game
On se procure
badly,
des
but
occasions, il va falloir marquer le deuxième but
we're
pour aller
beginning
chercher cette
to
victoire.
gain control now. We need to go on and get the winning goal.
Ouais, il fait très froid.
It is very cold out
Et
there.
ouais, j'ai trop froid là.
Bon, on te garde
I'm
pour
going
la
to
fin,
have to get
peut-être
into
l'homme
the
du match.
dressing room. I'm too cold.
Merci à toi. Ça va? Ouais, effectivement.
Thomas
Dommage, vous avez
Moncondi.
bien démarré, vous avez un petit peu perdu le fil du match à un moment, ou alors vous êtes bien en place. Comment tu situes, toi?
Non, je trouve qu'on a reculé. On leur a laissé le
I
ballon.
feel
alors
that
qu'au
we've
début,
dropped
on allait
back
les
too
presser.
much. We've allowed
Voilà,
them
c'est
the
le genre
ball.
de qualité quand on les laisse jouer.
They've
ils
got
vont
quality
balade, faut qu'on
players,
soit
and when
plus
you allow
agressif.
them to
C'est
play
vrai que
football, they can
vous les
punish.
laissez, puis ils avancent bien dans le terrain. Ils peuvent jouer du jeu long, du jeu court, ils ont des opportunités. Il faut resserrer bien les lignes aussi à un moment.
Ouais, c'est ça, resserrer et puis être plus proche du porteur. Parce que voilà,
I think we do have to
c'est des joueurs
tighten,
assez techniques,
tighten
donc,
things up and get closer
faut
to the
des
ball
passes
carrier.
assez facilement.
D'autant qu'on a
Because they're
l'impression que
managing
quand
to-
vous récupérez avec votre
to
technique,
advance
votre
too
vitesse,
easily on the pitch.
vous leur posez des problèmes à ce moment-là.
Ouais, on peut leur faire mal parce qu'ils défendent qu'à 3. Dès la première passe, on peut
Yeah, I
les
think we can
transpercer.
hurt
Donc,
them
il va
because,
falloir qu'on améliore ça en deuxième.
There are
Ok,
only
merci à toi.
3 players defending really for Marseille, so we can cause them problems when we're in possession. Thomas Moncondi, the Amiens midfielder, giving us his thoughts. Here are the stats. Before we look back at the best moments from that first half, Marseille have had the better of it. 10 shots to 3. 4 of them on target, just two shots on target so far for Amiens. So Amiens got off to the better start here, and they took the lead inside 8 minutes. Otero with the cross, not dealt with at all by Mandanda. Turned home by the defender, Bakai Dibasi. Terrible goalkeeping error from usually such a strong and reliable figure, Mandanda. Payet's corner was then met by Florian Thauvin, tipped over by the goalkeeper Gurtner. Lucas Ocampos then had that volley flash wide from Dimitri Payet's cross. Thauvin then latched onto Sanson's pass, cut inside, and his shots was too hot for Regis Gurtner to handle. 1-1 on 26 minutes. Through the legs of Jordan Lefort, beyond Gurtner. Marseille then not far off with this shot from Payet that skated across the turf. Decent effort from him. No way past Gurtner a second time though. Thauvin shot quite comfortably saved. And at the break it was Amiens 1, Marseille 1.
Place au Challenge Crédit Agricole. On est très très heureux de vous retrouver ici au milieu du terrain avec Mathis. Salut Mathis.
Salut.
Pas trop froid?
Si, un peu quand même.
Ouais, il est gelé Mathis. Ça va être le premier tireur. Il va tirer pour Dour avec Landry dans les buts pour Crépy-en-Valois. C'est Dour contre Crépy-en-Valois pour ce Challenge Crédit Agricole à la mi-temps de ce match entre l'Olympique de Marseille et l'Amiens. C'est bien beau match. Un partout pour l'instant. Mathis, tu vas te mettre en place. On va se préparer avec toute l'équipe animation, Odile, Eric, on a Christian, on a Georges, on a Patrick, tout le monde est là évidemment. Et le premier tireur, ça va être à toi, tu as 2 minutes. Ensuite, c'est Ryan et Hamza qui vont enchaîner. Non, c'est Nathan et Maxence. Tu es prêt Mathis? On est prêt? 3, 2, 1, top départ pour Dour. Allez, on enchaîne. Ils ont 2 minutes pour mettre un maximum de buts. Hop là. Ah, il y a du gardien, il y a du répondant ce soir. Allez, on y va. On récupère les ballons, on revient. C'est arrêté. Allez, on repart. Ah, c'est physique ce challenge. Ah, c'est physique. On y va. C'est arrêté. Attention. 30 secondes de passé. Et ça passe au-dessus. Ouais, touchez pas la caméra des gens de Canal. On a eu du mal à les avoir. Attention. Ça passe au-dessus, attention. Ouh. Attention. Ouh. Ça c'est dedans. Allez, on revient rapidement les garçons. On revient rapidement, ça fait 1-0 pour Dour et il y a 1 minute 10. Il vous reste encore 45 secondes les garçons. Ça passe au-dessus. Ça fait toujours 1-0. Ah, il y a un rempart infaillible là dans les buts. Allez, repart en grand. Vite. Allez. Ah, il y a toujours 1-0. Ça passe à côté. Encore 10 secondes. Ça passe au-dessus. Dans la caméra. Allez. 4 secondes. Ça passe à côté. C'est le dernier tir. C'est le dernier tir pour éventuellement doubler la mise. Allez, on souffle bien. On frappe. Et ça passe au-dessus. C'est terminé pour Dour. Bravo les garçons. Exercice physique, on l'a dit. Exercice très physique. Physique et technique, il faut savoir mettre le ballon au fond des filets. C'est maintenant Crépy-en-Valois. Milan, le gardien de Dour, va se mettre dans les buts. Et on va accueillir les 3 tireurs, Mathis, Ryan et Hamza pour l'équipe de Crépy-en-Valois. Prêt? Toi, c'est Mathis? C'est ça? Il n'y a que du Mathis, hein. C'est bien. Tu es prêt? Est-ce qu'on est prêt déjà? Eric, on est bon? Attention, tous les tireurs, Crépy, vous êtes prêts? 3, 2, 1, top départ, on y va. Allez! Bien arrêté par le gardien. Bon boulot, le gardien de Dour. Encore un ballon arrêté. Ouh, ça passe pas loin du tout. Allez. Ouh, bien sorti par le jeune gardien. Milan, gardien de Dour. Qui pour l'instant c'est déjà 30 secondes de jouer. Et ça fait 1-0. Et c'est marqué. Ça fait toujours un partout entre les deux équipes puisqu'il y a eu un but de marqué tout à l'heure par Dour. Et pour l'instant, Crépy mène 1-0. Bien arrêté, gardien. Ça s'enchaîne vite, attention. Voilà. Je rappelle qu'ils ont 2 minutes pour mettre un maximum de buts. Ah, c'est le coup d'œil du gardien. Il n'y a rien à dire, il avait vu Milan. Et il y a 40 secondes Il reste 40 secondes. Il reste 40 secondes. Hop là. Attention, si jamais il y avait un deuxième but marqué, eh ben le voilà. Ça veut dire que ça annonce une qualif pour Crépy en Valois. Il va pouvoir terminer tranquillement. Il reste encore une vingtaine de secondes. On va contre le chrono. 15 secondes. Et ça fait 3 buts marqués. Ça s'enchaîne. Crépy, 3. Tour, 1. Il va rester 8 secondes. Allez. Ça passe au-dessus. Il y aura une dernière frappe. Allez. Un dernier tir, c'est fini. C'est le dernier tir. Et il y va. Il est marqué. Ça fait 4 buts marqués, je crois. Hein. C'est ça 4 à 1. On va appeler, voilà, le gardien de but. Allez, viens mon grand. On va se mettre ici. Comme ça, voilà. On va récupérer les deux équipes. Avec Odile du Crédit Agricole qui est avec nous. Salut Loïc, qui est chez lui, au chaud. On l'embrasse bien fort. Et on salue évidemment les équipes du Crédit Agricole. Vous allez vous mettre, voilà, en ligne comme ça, face à la caméra de Timothée. On voit bien l'ensemble de vos visages sur les deux écrans géants du stade. Voilà, mettez-vous ici. C'était donc le challenge Crédit Agricole à la mi-temps de ce match entre l'Amiens SC et l'Olympique de Marseille. Tour, 1 but de marqué. Crépy en Valois, 4 buts marqués. Vous allez donc être qualifié, Crépy en Valois. Je vous rappelle qu'il y a un superbe séjour à Clairefontaine offert par le Crédit Agricole à gagner avec toute l'équipe. Autant vous dire que c'est un super cadeau. Pour l'instant, l'équipe qualifiée, c'est Crépy en Valois. Alors la tradition au stade Crédit Agricole, la Licorne, c'est de saluer le public. Et comme ça, le public vous salue. Voilà, à vous. Voilà, c'est ça la beauté du sport. Merci aux deux équipes, Tours et Crépy en Valois. Déjà les flashs de téléphone, tous les flashs des vos téléphones.
Welcome back to Amiens, where it's half-time. Amiens are holding Marseille to a 1-1 draw. It's cold and it is close out there so far in this first half. Marseille have edged matters. I think that's fair to say. And we heard from Thomas Monconduit, the Amiens midfielder, just after the half-time whistle blew, and he conceded the fact that Amiens need to do better. They need to be a bit more positive, close down the ball carrier quicker, because they're allowing Marseille the opportunity to apply some pressure. Florian Thauvin, Marseille's saviour in that first half, equalising after Dibassi had given Amiens the lead. As it stands, Marseille will be losing more ground on their rivals, if you consider their rivals to be Olympique Lyonnais in particular, but also Lille and Montpellier. One point would take Marseille above Nice, but they'd be 6th only. Well, they would be 5th. I stand corrected, because they have a better goal difference than Saint-Etienne as well. They'd be level on points with Saint-Etienne and Nice, 5th equal if you like. But they would be 3 points behind both Montpellier and Lille, and 4 points behind Lyon. It's a great chance tonight to pick up 3 points for OM. Amiens would climb up from 16th to 15th position. They would edge ahead of Toulouse if this contest finishes in a draw. Only one draw, though, for Amiens in 13 games so far this season. One draw for Marseille as well. Well, Rudy Garcia has needed to adapt to circumstances today. He lost Dutch midfielder Kevin Strootman during the warm-up. Went into the game with a three-man back line, and about midway through the first half changed that, went to a flat back four. Pushed Ocampos forward into the left wing position. It's been more like a 4-4-2 really, with Payet playing just behind Clinton Ng.
Voilà, démarrage du match dans un instant. Le propriétaire de la Renault Scénic immatriculé TQ840YK, Monsieur Tionka, vous êtes prié de vous rendre immédiatement à votre véhicule. Merci. C'est parti pour le combat de ce match. Amis supporters amiénois, et voilà!
The second half underway then at the Stade de la Licorne. Marseille in their all blue strip, kicking from right to left in this second period. It was a very slow start to the first half from Marseille. Almost as if it took them a bit of time to warm up on this freezing night, but Thauvin looking to lead Marseille's first attack. Nicely played by Lopez. And again, Maxime Lopez, that was beautifully done. Lost possession in the end, but showed his excellent close skills. Saman Ghoddos. Mendoza has shown some very sharp and quick touches. Steven Mendoza. Naure with Kraft. Otero for Alexis Blanc. Fritz Guano's pass. Before now. Marseille continuing in this 4-4-2 formation, you can see it there. Sakai playing as a left back, Bunassar as a right back. Rami Rolando, the centre-back pairing that did so well last season, reunited again today. Rolando has followed Ghoddos here. Monconduit. Otero. Long spell of possession this for Amiens. Alexis Blanc. Dibassi for Naure. They're not making huge progress. Marseille very much holding their positions. Sakai only as far as Otero. Sanson winning the ball and conceding the throw-in. Massive week for French teams in Europe, in particular in the Champions League. Ligue 1 contingent have been poor in the Europa League this term. Marseille having gone all the way to the final last year. Bowing out in the group stage this time around. But Lyon have got a great chance of qualifying. They're at home to Manchester City in the Champions League. Currently second in their group behind City. Paris Saint-Germain with a massive game on Wednesday night against Liverpool. Fascinating group, that one, with Napoli and Red Star Belgrade in contention as well to qualify. Monconduit, the player booked. It's the first Amiens player to go into the book. Pretty clumsy on Morgan Sanson. Getting close to the 100 league appearance mark. Thomas Monconduit has been a vital player for them in recent seasons. Mendoza. Does well, Mendoza finds Ghoddos. Ghoddos out to the left-hand side now for Jordan Lefort. for Monconduit. Space in that midfield. Monconduit going past Sanson. Needs an option here, didn't really have one. Good challenge from Blanc. It's been a good signing, Alexis Blanc, the former France under-21 international on loan from Toulouse. Here's Lefort. Mendoza. Mendoza's cross is behind for a corner. And as with the first half, it's Amiens who have started the brighter of the two teams. Mendoza to take left-footed. He's got the left back Lefort up there. It's a clever corner that from Amiens. The shot was wayward by Saman Godos, but the opening was worked very nicely indeed. Payet perhaps a little bit slow to react to pick up Godos. It's well played by Lefort. Confident at the moment, Jordan Lefort, the left back. Prince Guano, the skipper. Otero. Dispossessed by Morgan Sanson. Payet. Three players around Dimitri Payet, whose pass is poor. And now Sanson with the challenge. And he could be booked, Morgan Sanson, because Godos was starting a dangerous counter-attack. Ended prematurely by that challenge from Morgan Sanson. Valo German, the player warming up. The coat going back on though, so no change imminent it seems. Marvi is there along with Mitroglou, and another player who is quite difficult to identify. Everything but the eyes covered up. Mendoza with a testing ball, far post, that's nodded wide by Lefort. Played on loan at Kevely in the second division last season, Jordan Lefort, but Christophe Pellissier has obviously deemed him good enough to be playing in the top tier, and he's paying back his coach's faith. Well, those Marseille supporters haven't stopped singing all evening. It's a long journey from Marseille up to Amiens. Will they be going home happy? Will they be going home celebrating 3 points? There's still a lot of work for Marseille to do if they're to get the win. They're going to have to defend here. Mendoza in behind, and Rolando doing just about enough. Blocking Mendoza's shot. He's enjoying it today. Steven Mendoza, it's only his 5th league start this season for Amiens. But he's been lively and he's caused problems to the OM defenders. Flick at the near post is harmlessly behind. Donda under pressure. Gets the ball up to Bounassar, who did well. Marseille not committing a lot of numbers forward. Tauvin's pass. Lopez. Lopez chipping far post. It's a good ball. Just dipped in behind Lafort, but the angle was tight for Florian Thauvin. It was a good spot, though, from Maxime Lopez. Thauvin needed to just pull that shot back across goal. Not easy, particularly on his weaker right foot. Maxime Lopez, good pass. Inviting Bounassar on. He's a fullback who can do damage when he comes forward, Bounassar. Thauvin looking to win possession back for Marseille. Dosa on conduit. Now Kraft. It's been tough for Amiens this season with Moussa Konaté, the powerful Ivorian attacker, out injured. It's been the case since the early weeks of the campaign. He got 3 goals early doors for Amiens, and they want him back as soon as possible. It's Marseille attacking, though. Sanson clipping it far post. Payet. All off Kraft behind for a corner. Payet enjoying his second spell as a Marseille player these days, following his big money move from West Ham. The cross is straight at Courtenay, who's been fouled. Adil Rami going in with the keeper, and a clear foul. Is it Mitroglou time? Is it Germain time? Some big calls for Rudy Garcia to make. He does have some decent options, notably those two on the bench. Marseille's summer signings have not come off so far. Nemanja Radonjic, the Serbian winger, has so far flattered to deceive, as has Duje Chalitasar, the Croatian centre-back, both on the bench tonight. Sanson, good football. Thauvin. NG back to Sanson. The pass from Sanson. I think it was sliced towards Clinton NG, but that was much more like it from Marseille. It's what they're capable of. Bounassar, we've seen nowhere near enough of that crisp passing football from OM tonight. laborious for the most part, but still a good half hour left. So Campos misplaces that pass. Rudy Garcia, a title winner with Lille back in 2011 before going and doing some great work with AS Roma. Sanson, touched off by NG for Sanson, who played the ball into the referee. It's well played by Rolando, pushing high up the pitch, and Marseille trying to tighten the screw here. Again, though, they failed to find a path through the heart of the Amiens defence. Juan Otero, the Colombian, going off for Amiens. It's the home side then making the first substitution. Mathieu Bodmer coming on, so a defensive change on the face of it from Christophe Pellissier. Bringing on the vastly experienced Mathieu Bodmer, turned 36 on Thursday. Bodmer slotting in. He's mainly a centre-back these days, and it does look as though he's gone alongside Prince Guano and Bakay Dibassi. Amiens reverting to a five-man defence. Sarr. Valais-Germain about to get the nod for Marseille. Beg my pardon, Mathieu Bodmer has not gone into the heart of the Amiens defence. He's currently in the middle of the park, Bodmer. He's always been a player who could play in a number of positions, centre-back, defensive midfielder, or even as a number 10 playing in an advanced midfield role. Fantastic reader of the game, Mathieu Bodmer. And he is playing high up, it seems. NG's header. Here's Florian Thauvin. NG, bit of space for Clinton NG here. Finds Payet. Payet's been forced a little bit wide, and the shot is straight at Gurtner. Payet's first touch just let him down somewhat there. Ball into him from NG was decent. Yeah, the right-footed control just let him down slightly. Dimitri Payet forced him wide on his left foot. If NG will be the player to go off if and when Valais-Germain comes on, or whether he will opt to play Germain alongside Clinton NG. We know that Valais-Germain has always said he prefers to play as one of two centre forwards. It's where he was most effective with Monaco, playing alongside Falcao, or at times Kylian Mbappe as well. Lopez. Cross from Maxime Lopez, cut out by Kraft. This is Payet again with the shot, this time wide of the near post. Well, he's had a few attempts today, Dimitri Payet. No luck, though, in front of goal so far for the French international. And Germain is on, and Clinton NG has been sacrificed. So it's a like-for-like change. Germain, his father Bruno Germain did fantastically well for Marseille in the 1980s. Not quite managing to hold down a regular position at OM. Managed 9 league goals last season, 3 so far this. Only as far as Monconduit. Now Sakai. Sakai back. Not a particularly kind ball for Rolando. Former Porto man taking a risk. Marseille just getting themselves in all sorts of trouble here. Kraft, Bodmer. Kraft was fouled, surely, but Bodmer gets the shot away. Kraft now. Ganare. Oh, a possibility here for Monconduit. Mandanda with the save. Well, all of that came about because Marseille were messing about with the ball at the back. They gave it away. Amiens applied the pressure, and Monconduit going close there. Well played, Mandanda. He'll be pleased, Steve Mandanda. It's the first save he's had to make since the opening goal, which was a horror show for him on 8 minutes. Got us with the corner. The 4 heads it back in. Ocampos nods it up in the air. Mendoza with the left-footed strike that was always rising a bit too much. No goals yet this season for Thomas Monconduit. Struck that one pretty well. Ocampos, quarter of the game remaining here. Campos has left his boot in, and then a bit of a standoff there between Godos and Sakai. Free kick to Amiens. This game is still anybody's. Amiens coming alive in the last couple of minutes. Mendoza's delivery, poor this time. Well, Amiens are trying to peg Marseille back a little bit here. Not allow them just to pass their way through the midfield easily. And again, Marseille have lost possession. ball though from Naure, but you can see what Amiens are trying to do, and it's working. When they do press Marseille, when they do try to hustle them, Marseille are getting all flustered and losing possession. Here's Max Lopez. Sanson. Ocampos lets it run for Sakai. Ocampos. Conduit well positioned again. Now Ocampos. Finding Germain. Germain quickly closed down by Dibassi. He's won the corner. Has scored this season coming off the bench, notably in the last minute against Monaco. Winning goal on that occasion. In the last 20 minutes, Dimitri Payet preparing to deliver. Payet's cross, oh! Off the bar. It's the second time Marseille have come close from a corner tonight. Gurtner saved Amiens the first time, the crossbar this time, and Ocampos is going to be booked here. Chopping down Alexis Blanc. Well, he's late, the Argentine. It was Valère Germain at the near post, so close. Beautifully timed header. Regis Gurtner beaten all ends up this time. Germain so good at timing those runs. How dearly he would like a goal. Hasn't found the net since September, Valère Germain. Payet. Thauvin. Three runners here for Marseille, including Germain. Germain through the middle, he'll get there. Germain with the shot, saved by Gurtner. Well, he's having an impact, Valère Germain, that's for sure. Marseille's 13th shot of the night. Here's Bodmer to Godos. Bit of space for Saman Godos. Naure's cross, and it was Maxime Lopez getting back to clear. The game coming to life here in the last 20. Naure, former Birmingham City midfielder. Born in Paris, Eddie Naure, but started his career in Birmingham. Rami, Mondonda. It's well played by Thauvin. Yeah, Thauvin was fouled, I think, by Alexis Blanc. Run from Thauvin, decent first touch. The volley too close to Regis Gurtner, but it was good centre forward play again. Payet to Max Lopez, 21-year-old. Rolando. Not an easy game for Rolando to come back in when you've been out for 6 months, as he has. Playing away at Amiens on a very cold night. Payet, good cross from Payet. Well defended Prince Guano, but Marseille still have it with Thauvin. Sanson. Oh, the technique there was poor. Leaning back and rifling way over. Stinging strike from Germain. Either side of Gurtner, it may well have been a goal. Here's Rami for Marseille. Helped on by Sanson. Payet. The ball's just stayed in. Thauvin. Is Germain onside? He is. The cross isn't bad. Thauvin very nearly got there. Sakai back to Sanson. It's much better from Marseille. This is Payet. His cross is deflected behind, corner to OM. How close was Thauvin to this? A whisker away. It was really good work from Germain. Payet's delivery near post. Possibilities here. The layoff from Rolando. The shot from Bounassar. Didn't get hold of it, Bounassar. It's deflected behind for another corner. Real pressure now on the Amiens goal. This was a chance for Bounassar. Now Payet to deliver again. Can he pick out Germain again? It's another good ball, but well defended this time. Bodmer got it clear. Back in from Lopez. Sanson. Germain flicking on, well defended by Naouri, giving Amiens some much needed breathing space. It's poor. Given away by Prince Guano. Sanson, still going, Morgan Sanson. Eventually tackled, but caught from behind. Free kick to Marseille. Bakay Dibassi is furious. I think he got the ball, but he's also come from behind. Let's have a look. That's the problem. He's caught Sanson from behind with his trailing leg. Yes, he wins the ball here, but he's not in complete control, and the referee, well positioned. That is a free kick. Home fans don't agree. Good free kick for Marseille and a real chance for Florian Thauvin. It would certainly suit Thauvin more than Payet, given the position to the right of centre. Payet, though, giving that right-footed option, meaning that Regis Gurtner needs to be in two minds, really. Needs to keep an open mind in any case. We've seen one exquisite free kick from Radamel Falcao this weekend. Thauvin over the wall! Oh, what a strike! An absolute beauty from Florian Thauvin. And Marseille have their noses in front. Thauvin, with his 9th league goal this season, has Marseille back in business. Just clipped perfectly over the wall. Struck with pace as well. Regis Gurtner had too much ground to make up here. Look at this, the ball curling, swerving. Beating Amiens' goalkeeper, all ends up. Super strike from Florian Thauvin. Real quality from Marseille's flying winger. Frustration for Amiens, frustration for Bakay Dibassi. Scored the opening goal, but conceded the free kick there. Still 10 minutes left, still time for Amiens to come back, but it's Marseille in possession with Lopez. Germain's cross is a good one. Well defended by Lefort, but this is Thauvin, and this is Payet, and somehow Payet's missed it, and he's been caught as well. Well, that looks very, very painful. The referee's pointed to the penalty spot. But how badly hurt is Dimitri Payet? I think that's the immediate concern for Rudy Garcia. Because it did look painful, and he's looking at his leg. Let's have a second view. Oof. Studs showing from Lefort, and it looks very, very painful. Fingers crossed here for Dimitri Payet. It could be a bad, bad injury, that. Well, he's sitting up. Hopefully it's just a bruise. Well, seems to be all right. Now, is the referee referring to the video here? He's pointed to the spot. His decision has been made, but his decision can be changed. Payet's had his shot, and he's kicked the Amiens defender, but the Amiens defender had studs showing, and Lefort has been booked, so I would assume that means the penalty will stand it. Now, is Payet going to take it? That's a surprise, given that just a minute ago he was in serious, serious pain. He's made a quick recovery, Dimitri Payet, and he has a chance to perhaps finish Amiens off here. Payet against Gurtner, and Gurtner saves! A fantastic save from Regis Gurtner. Should Dimitri Payet have taken that penalty, having received such a hefty blow to his left leg just before. I think Payet's penalty was pretty much down the middle, and Gurtner just about did enough to deviate the ball over. Payet's corner this time. Thauvin coming inside. And now Amiens attacking, still very much in the game. Regis Gurtner making up for his error, if we can call it that, with Marseille's opening goal. Should probably have kept Thauvin's shot out. Couldn't have done anything about the free kick. Campos. Alexis Blanc going off. Ganso is on for Amiens, then the Brazil international, looking to relaunch his career here, on loan from Sevilla. Just 4 starts so far for Ganso in Ligue 1, 5 sub appearances. He is a player, though, capable of weaving magic. Here he is, Ganso. Naure coming inside to Bodmer. Five minutes left in normal time as Monconduit is fouled by Payet. We haven't seen that Payet penalty again yet. Hopefully we can in a moment. Amiens attacking though. Mendoza. Bodmer. Kraft. Kraft's ball is a good one. The header is on target but saved by Mandanda. Tense moments for Marseille, who could have put the game to bed. And now they're hanging on. The header from Godos. The double-handed save from Mandanda. And the flag had been raised. Godos offside. It's easy to say with hindsight, but it was surprising to see Payet taking that ball and putting it on the penalty spot. Tauvin's on a hat-trick. Payet's just had his leg smashed by Lefour's studs. In a way, if Payet felt fit enough and okay to take that penalty, and he is the #1 penalty taker, why not? But be interesting to hear what Rudy Garcia thought of it. Germain's header down. Payet, lovely pass. This is Tauvin. Options here for Marseille. Tauvin crosses, headed away though by Guano. It's a good challenge from Sanson. This is Germain. Tauvin. A lapse in concentration, perhaps a bit of fatigue from Florian Tauvin. Away come Amiens now. Naure finds Mendoza. Marseille just a few minutes away from what would be their 3rd away win this season. They have to rectify their away form, and this would do Marseille a lot of good if they win this game. It hasn't been pretty by any means, it hasn't been convincing. This is Ocampos. Payet. I think at the moment it's all about results for Marseille. Get themselves back in the race for a top 2 berth. Bounassar's cross. Campos goes down. Well played by Lopez. Germain. Lopez. Bounassar. A lot of space for Bounassar. Now Mendoza has it for Amiens. Can he get the home side moving forward? Ganso wants the throw, he's got the throw. Boubacar Camara coming on, Payet going off. I don't think there's too much doubt looking at that replay that it's a penalty. Straight down the middle, and Gurno with his trailing leg just did enough. It's a good save, that. He's made a deliberate move with his right boot towards the ball. It's not as if the ball just hit his leg and went out. That was a save. A camera might slot into the midfield. He can play midfield or centre-back. 18 years of age, a huge prospect. He's just moving in alongside Sanson and Lopez in the midfield. This is Ganzo. Now, possibilities here. Naure. Only 2 minutes added time. Slightly surprising. Marseille have got it with Germain. Sanson. Sanson looking for Thauvin and almost finding him. They've got to throw everything at Marseille now, Amiens. Otherwise, it will be defeat number 9. Only bottom club Guingamp have lost as many as 9 matches this season. They're in trouble again here. Thauvin for a hat-trick! Oh, beautiful finish. Florian Thauvin, very much the man of the match. He has saved Marseille. He has orchestrated this victory. Such a clever finish from Florian Thauvin. He knew that Gortner knew that he loves to curl it towards the far post. He opened up his body, suggested he was going to do that, and then slotted it near post. Super stuff from the French international. And he is now in double figures for goals this season. Amiens 1, Marseille 3, thanks to that man Thauvin. So it is a 9th defeat of the season for Amiens. They will remain in 16th position, just 3 points above the automatic relegation positions. Marseille up to 25 points. They're in 5th position, and this is a big win for them. It took a long time for OM to get going. They struggled in the early stages. They went a goal down, but then Florian Thauvin inspired a comeback. The final score from the Stade de la Licorne: Amiens 1, Marseille 3. Great for Marseille that Florian Thauvin is back in among the goals. They had dried up for him in the league somewhat in recent weeks. Thauvin too good ultimately for Amiens tonight. Still an issue, still a big issue for Rudy Garcia as to who plays in attack, who leads the line for OM. Clinton NG had his moments, but it wasn't a wonderful performance from him. Germain was positive in terms of the impact he had when he came on. Thauvin is the man with the ball. He'll be keeping hold of that one. 10 goals already for Thauvin this season, 22 last season. Remarkable for a player operating on the wing. Right.
C'est vrai? C'est-à-dire? Allez, effectivement, les joueurs déçus automatiquement. C'est drôle parce que j'avais plus l'impression qu'à un moment vous étiez plus proche de mener 2-1 et à la sortie vous perdez 3-1. Voilà, je trouve que c'est un peu sévère pour vous ce soir.
Ouais, c'est vrai, c'est sévère. Hein. C'est sévère.
C'est
un goût amer, un vrai goût amer. On avait contrôlé un peu le match.
Bit of a bitter taste because we felt we were controlling things.
Mais bon, avec ce genre d'équipe, c'est des détails. Hein.
It's all about details though when you play teams like Marseille.
On va travailler, rester optimiste parce qu'on a fait des bonnes choses.
But we can be happy with our performance and we can
La semaine prochaine, il y a un match important contre Nîmes.
keep on working hard, keep on fighting. We've got a big game next week against Nîmes.
C'est vrai qu'on a eu cette impression qu'il a eu voilà, cette opportunité. Déjà le premier but, deuxième but, c'est des joueurs qu'il faut serrer à un certain moment aussi, qui peuvent faire la différence, mais il faut être avec eux, il faut du marquage strict.
Ouais, on parle d'internationaux. Après, voilà, dans des petits périmètres, on sait de quoi il est capable. Donc,
he's an international player, and we know what he can do with the small spaces.
Mais bon, on va se servir de ces erreurs-là pour progresser et avancer.
So we're going to have to
take
a look at that and work hard.
Tu penses qu'il y avait vraiment mieux à faire ce soir?
Ouais, il y avait beaucoup mieux à faire.
Yeah, I think we could have got a better result, definitely. We could have gone 2-0 up. We had chances at 1-1 as well to take the lead. But you know that if you don't take your chances, you're up against a strong Marseille team, you can pay a penalty.
Je ne pouvais pas le manquer, je ne pouvais pas manquer Rolando parce que depuis que tu joues pas, il y a la barbe qui pousse.
C'est presque blanche. Dans quelques années, je serai là.
Tu as vu, dès que tu reviens, tu as vu, l'équipe elle marque 3 buts,
Rolando,
elle encaisse presque pas de buts. C'est bien, tu dois être content pour toi et pour l'équipe.
C'est l'équipe qui a répondu au présent, même si on était mené là. Dans 15
showed that it was present today, even if the first 15 minutes were a bit tough when we were trailing.
Et heureux toi de revenir dans cette équipe, on est content de te revoir aussi. Tu nous manquais. Non mais c'est bien parce que tu es un peu un leader de cette équipe. C'est l'âme un peu de cette équipe-là.
Merci. J'essaie de donner quelque chose de plus à l'équipe. Là aujourd'hui j'ai dit l'équipe, on a encaissé un but.
I tried to help the team. We conceded a goal, that was disappointing, but it's great that we got 3 goals.
Puis en plus, Adil Rami avec toi, il est meilleur quand même.
We'll get there.
J'espère, c'est bien comme ça, c'est bien.
On va pouvoir le chambrer.
Non, là maintenant, je peux. Quand on gagne, on peut rigoler un peu, on peut chambrer un peu. Quand on gagne, ça va.
Yeah, it's okay to have a laugh when we win, that's fine.
C'est bien. On n'est pas où on voulait, mais on arrive là doucement. On enchaîne
Well, we're not quite where we want to be, but we are moving in the right direction. We're getting wins. We know where we want to go.
C'est un plaisir de te voir, un plaisir. Voilà, tu es un mec extraordinaire.
Merci, c'est avec plaisir.
Merci à toi, merci.
Rolando back, his first appearance this season, and Marseille back to winning ways. You can see that in terms of these stats, they deserved it. I think 21 shots for Marseille, 8 on target, only 3 on target for Amiens. There was that chance, that Monconduit shot that was well saved by Mondondra at 1-1. Had Monconduit slotted that, it might have been a very different end to the game. He didn't know, and Marseille came away with the points. Such an important win for them. Let's have a look at the goals. Amiens taking the lead on 8 minutes, some sloppy defending, and in particular, sloppy work from Mondondra in goal. The cross from Otero, slipping under Mondondra really and turned home by Bakay Dibasi. Tovan then getting Marseille level, cutting inside here, firing in a shot that Regis Gurtner couldn't quite keep out. And then this moment of magic from Tovan. 10 minutes left when he slotted that fantastic free kick. And then in the dying seconds, Maxime Lopez picking out Tovan. And a very clever finish, beating Gurtner at his near post. 3-1 to Marseille, the final score. And that concludes our coverage this weekend. A big away win for Marseille. Marseille and Monaco, the 2 teams to pick up victories away from home, and Nîmes, 3 away wins. All in all, Nîmes getting a great win away to Strasbourg. PSG march on, though, at the top. 14 wins from 14 games for Thomas Tuchel's team. Big test coming up for them against Liverpool on Wednesday night. They lead Lyon by 15 points at the top. An incredible advantage after 14 matches. Lyon a point ahead of Montpellier and Lille, and Marseille very much in contention now for a top 2 or 3 berth. They're just 2 points adrift of OL. And at the bottom, Amiens still in big trouble. They would have like to point at least today, but they remain down in 16th position. Monaco getting a win at last, their first since the opening day of the season. Monaco, you would expect, will pick up form now, but we'll have to wait and see. In any case, we hope you've enjoyed our coverage from Ligue 1 this weekend. We'll leave you with the fixtures coming up next weekend, including Bordeaux against Paris Saint-Germain on the Sunday night. Lille against Lyon is a big one as far as the European positions are concerned. Marseille at home against Reims next weekend. We'll see you again then. All the very best. Bye-bye.